Daniel was a young man who lived in a small, quiet town. He was kind and friendly to everyone, but deep in his heart, he often felt weak. He didn't feel confident about himself, and he worried too much about what others thought of him. Daniel wanted to make everyone happy, but no matter how hard he tried, he always felt like he wasn't good enough. One day, Daniel's older brother, James, came to visit him. James was very different from Daniel. James was strong, confident, and respected by many people. Whenever James walked into a room, people listened to him. Daniel admired James a lot and wished he could be like him. As they sat together in the living room, James noticed something was wrong. Daniel looked sad and quiet. James asked, "What's wrong, Daniel? You don't look happy. Tell me what is on your mind." Daniel hesitated for a moment. Then he said, "James, I don't feel strong like you. I feel weak. People don't listen to me or respect me. I try to make everyone happy, but it doesn't work. I feel like I don't know what to do with my life. How can I change?" James looked at his younger brother and smiled kindly. "Daniel, strength is not about having big muscles or being the loudest person in the room. Strength is about how you think, how you act, and how you treat yourself. Let me share some things that can help you." James continued, "First of all, Daniel, you need to stop saying yes to everything. I've noticed that you always agree with people, even when you don't want to. You say yes because you are afraid they will get upset if you say no. But this is not good. If you keep following what everyone else says, you will never be a leader. You must learn to trust yourself. It's okay to say no sometimes. People will respect you more when you stand up for yourself." Daniel thought about this and said, "But James, what if people don't like me anymore if I say no?" James replied, "If someone doesn't like you because you say no, then they don't truly care about you. The people who really care about you will understand. Trust me, Daniel. Saying no when you need to is a sign of strength." James took a sip of water and said, "The next thing is, don't be afraid of challenges. Remember last year when there was a football match, and you didn't join the team? You said you were too busy, but I know the real reason was that you were afraid you might fail. A strong man doesn't run away from challenges, even if he's scared. He faces them head on. You can't grow if you hide from difficult things. Even if you don't win, trying is what makes you stronger." Daniel lowered his head. He remembered how he had avoided the football match because he didn't feel confident. He regretted it now. James continued, "Another thing, Daniel, is that you spend too much time trying to make everyone happy. You always put other people first and forget about yourself. This is not healthy. It's good to care about others, but you must also care about yourself. A strong man knows how to take care of himself. When you are happy and confident, you can help others better." Daniel nodded. He had never thought about it that way before. James leaned closer and said, "You also need to stop worshiping other people. I've seen how you talk about celebrities and other people like they're perfect. But no one is perfect, Daniel. When you put others on a pedestal, you make yourself feel smaller. You are just as important as anyone else. Believe in yourself and be proud of who you are. James then asked, "Who are your friends, Daniel?" Daniel paused and thought about it. His friends were kind, but they didn't challenge him or encourage him to grow. James said, "Daniel, you need to surround yourself with strong and positive people. Good friends help you grow and become better. Weak men surround themselves with other weak men. Strong men build each other up. Find friends who inspire you and push you to be your best." James added, "And Daniel, you must start making your own decisions. I've noticed that you often wait for others to decide for you. Whether it's about small things like where to eat or big things like your job, you depend on others. A strong man takes charge of his life. Women especially admire a man who can make decisions and take responsibility. Don't wait for others to tell you what to do. Decide for yourself." Daniel listened carefully and felt like his brother was opening his eyes to many new things. James continued, "Also, Daniel, you need to break bad habits. Spending too much time on the internet or watching things like pornography can ruin your mind. These habits make you feel weak and destroy your confidence. Replace bad habits with good ones. Read books, exercise, or learn a new skill. These things will make you feel stronger and happier." James looked serious and said, "You also need to be careful not to let people manipulate you. Some people will try to use you for their benefit because they know you are kind and don't stand up for yourself. Learn to say no and protect yourself. Don't let anyone control you." James then said, "Daniel, I've noticed that when you talk, your voice sounds unsure. You don't speak with confidence. People can sense when you're not confident, and they might not take you seriously. Practice speaking clearly and believing in what you say. Confidence in your voice shows that you believe in yourself." Finally, James said, "One more thing, Daniel. You don't need to show off or brag to prove you're strong. Sometimes, the loudest person in the room is actually the weakest. Be humble and let your actions speak for you. Real strength comes from within, not from trying to impress others." Daniel sat quietly, thinking about everything James had told him. He realized his brother was right. He had been doing so many things wrong, but now he had a chance to change. "Thank you, James," Daniel said. "I understand now. I want to be stronger. I want to be better." James smiled and said, "Change takes time, Daniel. Start small. Believe in yourself, take charge of your life, and never stop learning. Remember, strength isn't about being perfect. It's about trying to be better every day." From that day, Daniel began to change his life. He started saying no when he needed to, faced challenges bravely, and surrounded himself with positive friends. Slowly, he became a stronger and more confident man. Moral of the story: Strength comes from within. It's not about being loud or showing off. It's about believing in yourself, facing challenges, and being true to who you are. Anyone can grow stronger if they take small steps every day to improve themselves.